Welcome. My name is Chance, and you're watching Tarot by Chance. Today, I am so excited to share my favorite books. So, this has got to be my favorite book of all time. I use this thing like a journal. I highlight and underline and write notes in the margins. It helps my ideas flow, my connection to my body strengthen, and my roots into the earth grow and stretch. This book literally changed me for the better. So I'm going to read my favorite passage. It's called Stopping. As soon as I read this, I took in every word, and each resonant insight has stuck with me. So now I give it to you. People think of meditation as some kind of special activity, but this is not exactly correct. Meditation is simplicity itself. As a joke, we sometimes say, "Don't just do something, sit there." But meditation is not just about sitting either. It is about stopping and being present. That is all. Mostly we run around doing. Are you able to come to a stop in your life, even for one moment? Could it be this moment? What would happen if you did? A good way to stop all the doing is to shift into the being mode for a moment. Think of yourself as an eternal witness, as timeless. Just watch this moment without trying to change it at all. What is happening? What do you feel? What do you see? What do you hear? The funny thing about stopping is that as soon as you do it, here you are. Things get simpler. In some ways, it's as if you died and the world continued on. If you did die, all your responsibilities and obligations would immediately evaporate. Their residue would somehow get worked out without you. No one else can take over your unique agenda. It would die or peter out with you just as it has for everyone else who has ever died. So you don't need to worry about it in any absolute way. If this is true, maybe you don't need to make one more phone call right now, even if you think you do. Maybe you don't need to read something just now, or run one more errand. By taking a few moments to die on purpose to the rush of time while you are still living, you free yourself to have time for the present. By dying now in this way, you actually become more alive now. This is what stopping can do. There is nothing passive about it. And when you decide to go, it's a different kind of going because you stopped. The stopping actually makes the going more vivid, richer, more textured. It helps keep all the things we worry about and feel inadequate about in perspective. It gives us guidance. The wisdom you can find in this book is absolutely endless, and I highly encourage you to check it out. It teaches you so much about practicing meditation and how it can fit into your everyday life. It's just so beautiful and it means so much to me. So now we're going to move on to the Ultimate Guide to Tarot by Liz Dean. This book gives the most solid intro into tarot that I have ever seen. So I highly recommend this book for any beginner tarot readers, and even if you're at an advanced stage or intermediate, there's still so much you can learn from it. So I want to explain to you the different parts of the book that really resonated with me and my style of teaching and the mentorship kind of pillars that I care about that come up in this book. So to give you a quick overview, in the very beginning of the book, it explains the elements' relationship to the suits, which is honestly one of the first things that I think a beginner tarot reader should learn about. And it gives you little keywords for that. It talks about the court cards and the elements associated with those. And it talks about how to take care of your cards and get to know them. It also goes into a little bit of numerology and what they call the tarot rainbow, what I call color symbolism and correspondences. And it also includes card spreads. It also references the Kabbalah. It references the reversed aspects of cards and affirms in the beginning that you don't have to read reversed. And I stand on that. I think it's a fun little addition that makes tarot more complicated, which I find more fun. But it's also important to note that energy in the deck without reversed cards is completely balanced. And so by adding reversed meanings, there continues to be balance, but it's not like you need the upright to be the solid version of this card and the reverse to mean the opposite. It's more of the reverse can be this, or this. You can read it in this way, or it could mean like an emphasis. It could mean a lack of. It could mean the shadow side of something. It could also be just an illumination of the energy of that card. So let's say you have maybe 3 cards in front of you that have one reversed card in the middle. It's drawing your eye to the reversed card to remind you to take note of its energy. Doesn't necessarily mean it's like an opposite type of meaning. It just might be hey, I'm an integral part of this energy, or I need a little more awareness during this reading, is what that card is saying to you. So honestly, reversals are just the next step in tarot when you feel you've gotten comfortable with the deck as a whole, and are not necessary to read, especially from the beginning. I'd like to talk about books and studying in the metaphysical realm. So I have come to a really solid place with my base of tarot knowledge and the experience I've had with reading for the public and coaching and such. And I basically want to affirm for anyone just breaking into this realm that yes, it is a lot of information, and it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of study, and it's so worth it. I guarantee you, you will speed through that time where you feel like a beginner if you really truly start dedicating yourself to studying. But there is a catch, because while you may shed your inner kind of I'm a beginner and I don't know anything shell, you will grow into this new ever-expanding shell that helps you realize you are always a beginner. There's no way to know everything. It would take lifetimes to get through the amount of information that's out there on metaphysical concepts. And it warms my heart, honestly, because I know that the farther I go, the farther I step into this, the more I have to gain from it. And to know that the possibility for that is endless, heck yeah, sign me up. So yeah, I've been studying spirituality and tarot and energy work and sort of ritualistic magical living for 8 years. And it has been such a sincere pleasure to have the ability to focus on that for 8 years. It wasn't a soul, like every single day thing. I absolutely took breaks. So I want to encourage you as you begin to dive deeper into the study of spirituality. I encourage you to keep a foothold on what a healthy living alongside your spirituality looks like, and to start regulating your ability to move between what life asks from you in terms of, we live in a society, we must perform and function, and we also must be there for our friends and family. We must be involved in our community. We must achieve what we want for our lives. And that requires a sort of maintenance, just a flow within the mundane life that you want to hang on to before you get carried away with spirituality, because it will carry you away. And it could lead you to absolutely amazing places, or some people tend to find spirituality, dive really far, and can maybe have some uncomfortable experiences that they weren't ready for. And so I highly encourage reading a book like Wherever You Go, There You Are before you dive into a spiritual discipline, such as reading tarot. But anyways, that is my little rant, my little chit-chat about studying and diving into spirituality, and the best mindset that you can have going into that, which is a mindset of balance and keeping everything going in its own way without putting too much emphasis on one side or the other. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, for listening. And I hope to see you next video. If you'd like to subscribe and see more of the content that I put out there, please do, and hit that notification bell. Leave a like, a comment, do whatever you wish. I appreciate your presence. Alrighty, see you next time. Bye.